Hey, just looking for new recipes. We have a super fun video today. This is to celebrate my second favorite holiday, Halloween. There might be more to come, I don't know. I get random thoughts and urges to just make Halloween themed food. So it might happen. I'm gonna give you a breakfast option because, you know, on a holiday, you gotta celebrate all day, right? As well as some fun snack foods, desserts. I'm the kind of person that I like to put out a spread and then just have a little bit of everything when I have a party or a holiday like this. So there isn't any big meals. If you want to add something to the side of this little menu, I would recommend like chili. That's always a banging Halloween option. Honestly, I make a pot of chili every Halloween because I can put it in the crock pot and let it warm up and let it keep warm while we're out trick-or-treating. And then when we come back, we have a delicious warm chili. I'll share the recipe I make on another video, but these are just all little knickknackies, the fun things that we're gonna do. But what kind of Halloween video would it be if there were no magic? Now, I don't have a magic wand, but I do have this, and I can work some magic with a wooden spoon. So let's see if it works. Abracadabra. That's better. Y'all, I have so much planned for this Halloween feast. This is a combination of things that are hands-on and a little bit more effort with adding things that are quick and easy because I know you're busy. You don't have time to make everything from scratch, and that's okay. We can still have a bomb food table even with your busy schedule. So this is gonna be so jam-packed of fun that we're gonna have to split it into 2 parts. So you're seeing the first part today. The next part will come on Saturday. So make sure to keep your eyes open for that. Give this a thumbs up so we can have more fun in the future. And for that YouTube algorithm, I'm gonna appease it by sharing my adult beverages in a short that is separate. I'll link it below once it goes live. The first thing we're gonna work on are our Dragon's deviled eggs. These are so much fun. You use red cabbage to actually dye them, but I did do a test for you. You can use food coloring as well, but we're gonna go ahead and go back in time with the movie magic and see how we worked on these deviled eggs. Do this the night before you need them because they need to sit in the water overnight. So go back to the past. We're gonna start by cutting our cabbage in half. Half of it is gonna be boiled for 20 minutes. The other half I'm gonna cut up for decorations. This is not my favorite method. I do prefer the food method. After we made our deviled eggs and let them sit in the fridge, this cabbage method did bleed. So you lost a lot of the detail. So use the food coloring method, but if you have food allergies, I wanna show this just in case because some people are allergic to food dye. So boil your cabbage for 20 minutes, save the other half for decorations, and hard boil some eggs. I like to put my eggs in water, bring them up to a boil, put the lid on, take them off the heat, let them sit for 17 minutes, then pop them in an ice bath for about 5 minutes. Then we need to crack these, but not Hulk smash them. You'll see me get a little aggressive with my first couple eggs as I was learning the technique. Definitely make a few extras because it's hard, okay? You gotta find the right pressure. So we're looking for shattered all around, but not smashed through where dye can get all the way through the egg. So you just want the outer shell to be cracked and shattered looking. So the knocking a few times around and then using my fingers to kind of press in the shell again, pulling a few pieces out of the shell so that you get those really good cracks is really nice. You can put water and food coloring in the jar and then just add your eggs to it like I did with the red food dye. Or in this case, if you're using the cabbage, I put all of them in my container and then poured the cabbage water over. You're going to let whichever method you choose to sit overnight in the fridge for at least 12 hours. It is a beautiful color. I wish it stayed longer. That is all. Okay, I promised you a breakfast recipe and I'm here to deliver. I've had my witch's brew, aka coffee, but not my magical elixir of youth, aka makeup. So it's breakfast. What do you expect from me? We are gonna have a helper today, my daughter Kinley. You know, it's a holiday. You gotta let the kids come and play with you. We're gonna make some pancakes. I am going to use the kodiak cake mix because it gives me better macros. I like the amount of protein and stuff that's in it. I also think they're delicious. Feel free to use like freezer pancakes if you just want to pop them in the toaster and all you have to do is a strawberry compote. That's cool too. We're gonna make a delicious strawberry compote using actual strawberries. That's gonna look like blood coming out of our pancakes because it's the Halloween party, right?
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna get this strawberry blood on first. This is gonna take 15 minutes to boil. You have a choice to make. You can either immediately start making your pancakes and have them done at the same time. However, this is gonna be really, really hot. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes in between making my strawberry compote to work on my deviled eggs for the party later. I like deviled eggs when they're cold. We've been soaking them overnight in that cabbage water. I did do an experiment for you to see if the regular diet will diet your eggs so you don't have to do the cabbage water. Because I'm telling you, our house
smell like poo-poo.
Yeah. To cut up my strawberries, I like to keep my container. I've already washed them and dried them, but I like to keep my container so that I can keep it here and just as I'm trimming them, throw all the trash in here because I don't want to take multiple trips to the trash. Meanwhile, while I chop these up, you don't have to be too particular about it. I'm just going to cut them into fourths and put them in my saucepan I'm going to use. My daughter is going to get a 1/4 cup of this monk fruit sweetener. Use any kind of sweetener you like. This is the 0-calorie sweetener that we like. So we're going to put a 1/4 of a cup straight in here. So find a 1/4 of a cup. Put it right in.
Sugar?
It's a healthier alternative to sugar. This is 8 ounces of strawberries. Actually, this is 1 pound.
Wait, 2/4 or 1/4?
So actually, go ahead and add another 1/4. I thought I got 8 ounces of strawberries. I actually got a pound of strawberries. So we're gonna need 1/2 cup of the monk fruit. Surprise. All right, we're also gonna need 1/2 of a lemon juiced. So I'm gonna cut this for her and let her squeeze it in. Get this closer so she can reach with her little nugget arms. All right, there you go. Squeeze over the bowl, please.
I will.
All right, looks good. I'm just gonna give it another little, look, you got it all out. You did great.
Yay.
Now this is great to clean your sink with, put in your water for lemon water. It is Halloween after all, so maybe you make a little cocktail with it later.
Ooh.
You do you, boo. Pick it up. So now you have a flat base. Cut it in half. And then cut each one of those in half. Okay, can I show you the technique one more time so you can see?
Yes.
See, you don't want to get too close up here because then you're not going to get enough of that root off. So we're going to cut a little further down. Throw that away. Pick it up. Flat base. We're going to cut it in half here. Hold it together with our fingers. Turn it. Cut it in half again. All right, your turn.
Ooh. This is a juicy one.
You turn the strawberry, not your knife.
Oh.
Hold your knife where it's comfortable. There you go.
Mommy, I did it.
So we're gonna bring this to a boil, which it almost is where we want it to be, and then we're gonna drop it down to a simmer and let it do its thing for 15 minutes. I'm gonna add, it says 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. This is just super cheap vanilla that I'm gonna add. I'm not gonna measure it because I feel like you can't have too much vanilla. But if you are one of those people that's gonna drive crazy by not knowing if it's exact, then go ahead and add some. And because I think everything sweet needs a little bit of salt to help really bring out and balance those flavors, I'm gonna add just a little pinch of salt. Not too much, just enough to let those flavors really pop. So we're gonna let this do its thing and check on it every once in a while. We want the strawberries to soften and that, see that juice that is forming from the sugar pulling out all the juices of the strawberry. Oh, that is going to turn into a nice, thick, delicious syrup. It just needs time, baby. Just like you. Just a little bit of time for magic to happen. I'm gonna take the opportunity while that's cooking to work on our deviled eggs. These eggs are really, really cool because they're gonna have an amazing like texture or crackle effect on the outside. This one is just regular dye. I wanted to see if we could do it with regular dye so that all you busy mamas out there would know if that was an option instead of doing the cabbage. Yes, it looks like it will be an option. Now, when you are rolling these out, it was so hard to like get the egg to crack without shattering or like smushing it too hard.
Oh my gosh.
So just give yourself a couple extra so you can practice that. But look how beautiful. Here is that red egg. I accidentally smashed this one a little too aggressively, so that's what it'll look like. You'll get a little bleeding if you do that. Be very careful as you peel. As you can see, as soon as you take off that outer part of the egg white, it shatters the effect, pun intended. But this will still be fun. It's, you know, it's a party food. It doesn't have to be perfect. People are gonna love it. I have 2 little black plates here that I'm gonna use for my deviled eggs. So I'm gonna go ahead and have them out. As I cut my egg whites, I'm gonna put them on their little plates. But now it's time for the real showstopper, which is this cabbage dyed blue. I'm gonna pour the liquid out, but I wanna just show you on camera first, like how dark and deep. It's almost like this deep teal color. It is stunning. I'm gonna do most of these over the trash can. I just wanted to show you. This one has a membrane on. This is why I think it's so colorful. Here we go. I couldn't get, because this one's like broken, I couldn't get all the, there we go. All right, guys, well, I hate to say it, but the regular dye might be your best option because I feel like it colored it deeper. I mean, it looks teal in some parts and purple in other parts. This is just
like my favorite color.
Not sure if the camera really does it justice.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It looks better in real person. So you see, you have the little bits. We're gonna make sure we rinse these and then kind of pat them dry gently before we put them on our platters. Okay, we are ready to Hulk smash these eggs. I ended up having enough just to put on one small plate. We don't have a lot of people. We're literally just have one other extra person in our family this weekend. I didn't want to be wasteful, so I only made 7 eggs. So what you hear, all these amounts are gonna be for 7 eggs. Ooh, that one got,
It's bloody.
I guess I had the red egg right there.
Bloody.
These are very beautiful. However, if you were wanting to match whatever your party theme was, I literally just put regular food coloring in water and got a really vibrant color. So if you're just wanting to match your colors, say if you had everything was orange, you wanted to make it orange or black or however, just keep in mind if you do black, it'll probably turn out more these colors because black has a lot of purple and stuff in it. It's really hard to get really black. But you can match your party theme with a food dye. I don't want that on my platter since it doesn't match, but I am gonna show you a different version in that. All the base is gonna be the same. So we already have these on our platter. We're gonna mix it, pipe it in, and then put these in the fridge, and then we don't have to worry about them. Once they've set just a little bit, I'll cover them in plastic wrap. We have all of our egg yolks in here.
We're gonna dye them black.
Yes, my daughter wants to dye them black.
Yeah.
And I said, why the heck not? So we're gonna do a combo of olive oil and mayonnaise. You can use all mayonnaise if you'd like. I need healthy fats in my diet, so I want to do like a combo of each. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of each. And again, this is for 7 eggs. So 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
That does not look like a tablespoon. It looks bigger.
It does, but it's not. All right, and then Kinley, will you get us 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise?
Oh, there's still some.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna add salt and pepper to taste.
It's already smelling like deviled eggs. Don't know why, but it is.
You can make your deviled eggs. If you have a recipe you love,
Is this good?
make your filling however you would normally do. That's fine.
I got some on my fingers, so I'm gonna wash them.
I'm gonna use about a 1/2 teaspoon of dill.
Can I just put this down?
Put that in the sink because we're done with it. And then 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard.
washing my 2 fingers.
Shake it so you don't get that mustard juice.
Oh yeah, mustard juice. Ugh. Not yummy.
Okay, about a teaspoon. And then you don't have to do this step, but we're gonna color ours black.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, if you color yours black, there's potential for your mouth to be dyed.
Yeah.
Or your kids might have like bright colored poop.
It
It happens.
Yeah.
All for the sake of a party.
But it's beautiful. Look at that.
Our strawberries, they are off the stove now. We will show you those in a minute.
It looks like Starry Night.
And I'm just gonna keep mashing until all of my little yellow parts are done.
They look like stars.
So let's go ahead and, my daughter so kindly reminded me, I hadn't shown you. See how soft those strawberries are? And that sauce has thickened up a little bit. If you're using real sugar, it probably would have thickened up a little more. But for this stage, I want it to be a syrup for my pancakes. So I'm okay with that amount of drizzle, and it tastes delicious. All right, we'll see you when those eggs are ready. We gave this a taste test. We think it needs a little garlic.
And some mustard.
A little extra mustard. We like a little zip to ours. Especially since I'm using Dijon instead of yellow mustard. That will make a difference. If you're using yellow mustard, you might not need more. And then I like mine extra dilly, so I'm gonna add a little bit more dill.
Just a little. I was like, when we tried it, I was like, what is missing? I don't like.
Oh, she doesn't think it needs salt. I think it needs a tiny bit. I'm the one cooking, so you get what I want.
When I was tasting it, I was like, okay, I know mustard's missing, but like, what else is missing? Because I didn't know we added garlic.
Yes, we normally add garlic, and I didn't because I was following. I'll put up the book on the screen. These are, I'm not following the recipes exactly, but I got the idea from that book. It was a really fun book. I borrowed it from my library, as you can see on the picture. You can see the library tag. All right, just gonna.
Yes, test.
Good. You know what? You might have been right about that salt. We didn't need the extra salt, guys. Kinley was right. Write it down in the books. I'm gonna have a Ziploc bag here. I'm gonna cut off the corner.
It's so good. I just want to take a whole handful and stuff it in my mouth.
Fit my tip in.
This is very necessary.
You don't have to do this. You can just spoon them in, but
we kind of want like a cool, like.
We have a flair for the dramatic. If you haven't been able to tell, it's a good idea to have like an extra one, a broken one, whatever you want to do to practice your pipe, because you can always put it back in here if you run out. I think I'm just gonna fill it up with a big squeeze.
Whoa.
And then pull it away.
Ready?
Because we're gonna put a little pizzazz on top. So
Just like a pizzazz. We won't till you get.
just hold your eggs still with one finger as you use pressure from the other.
What's the next do? Oh, I thought you said it.
And eggs still, or still. Okay, have a country accent.
Sorry. It sounded like you said egg steel. And I'm like, what? It looks so much more black on camera.
It does. So I like the ones where we were able to add a little swirl more than the ones we just piped straight in. But you'd have to add a lot more egg yolk and stuff to get enough filling. And we just don't feel like doing that. So here we are. Look how black and cool these are. We're gonna take it up one notch.
Bye.
So first off, if you want to call these like spider eggs, you know, and have like some plastic spiders on the plate, you could buy white sesame seeds or black sesame seeds. And sprinkle like their little spider babies. So that's an option for you. Ignore the sad yolk that got shoved in there.
Just ignore it.
But because these are dragon eggs, and dragons are magical creatures, we're using this white diamond. It's a edible sparkle. I've got food coloring all over it. It's been in my old kit from when I used to decorate cakes.
It was my idea.
This has a shaker bottle so we can just shake it straight on. But it is, can you see how shiny and beautiful? Now this is white diamond, so it's gonna be white and have a whole bunch of like different kind of colors in it. But you can buy this with different colors. So you could get a black one, you could get a red one, you can get whatever you want. This is a great company, and make sure you're getting one that's edible. This is edible. So I'm gonna do a couple, and then I'm gonna let her go ham on a couple because I'm sure she's gonna, oh, we got the air on or something because it is going all over the place. All right.
Ham.
Oh my gosh.
Ham. Ham.
Okay, okay. Oh, jeez. I did that one.
Didn't really help, but it's still pretty.
All right. Here we go. Here's our amazing deviled eggs. Now, this particular sprinkle, moisture will help make it lose its shine. So you can't just mix it in to the filling. It won't be as sparkly. You have to just do it right on top, guys.
I know.
All right, we're gonna go put these in the fridge. And you'll see them later on our table.
Yes.
We are hungry, girls. We're ready for our pancakes. I have 2 cups in here. So I'm gonna add 2 eggs.
Can I crack the other one?
Yes, please don't get shell in there. Here, crack it and put it into this cup.
Hold on,
I have 1.5 cups of almond milk. I'm gonna add just a splash of vanilla.
Put it in this cup?
Yes, put it in there so if there's shell, we can fetch it out. Awesome.
What do I put it?
Right over there. Take it to the trash.
My hands are bloody.
You can dye your pancakes if you want.
Yes.
We're just, because we're doing the blood, we want these to be skin colored, which is pancake colored for us. So we're going weird. I have my pan already kind of getting to medium heat so that we can immediately start cooking. All right, we'll show you once our pancakes are made. You know how to make pancakes. You don't need to see this. We've got a little jar of our strawberry blood. Tell me that doesn't look absolutely delicious. And the serving size of the pancakes is 3. If you're following Kodiak's suggestions. I'm gonna take one of them and take a straw. We're just gonna kind of poke 2 little holes. Like a little vampire came and took a bite out of it. You can use a chopstick, whatever you have. I'm gonna stack mine up nice. I'm gonna get a sandwich bag and put a little bit of the strawberry juice into the bag so I can pipe it coming out. Another good reason why to do your deviled eggs, so this can cool enough so that didn't just burn you. We're just gonna need the slightest little hole. You can always add a bigger hole, you can't make it smaller. You have to start over. So I'm gonna start right in that hole and then accidentally drips this way, so that's the direction my blood's gonna go. Okay, we need a little bit bigger hole because we got strawberry gunk filling it up. See, I can add it. I can cut more off, can't add more back. Vampire Bite pancakes. Feel free to add eggs, yogurt, whatever you'd like to make this a more rounded, nutritious meal. I'm just working on the fun stuff today. That's a bloody good breakfast. Now that we have our deviled eggs and our pancakes out of the way, we're gonna make some little ghosties, some little Nutterbutter ghosts. I saw these on Instagram. I will put the name here on who did them. I'm gonna go try to find her. They were super cute. So we're just using Nutterbutters, and then if you can find the Lily's white chocolate, buy that with no sugar added. I could not find that in my store. They only had the dark chocolate, which I bought for another recipe. So I have just regular white chocolate. You won't need much. You're just gonna dip half of the Nutterbutter into the white chocolate. First things first, you need to be very gentle with your chocolate. Don't put it in there for a minute, walk away, and wonder why it came out bad. Okay, you're overcooking your chocolate, you're stressing it out. You have to be very patient, very gentle with chocolate. She's a needy gal. I wanted to show you what not to do. This was warmed up too quickly. I did it for 30 seconds, stirred it, and then 30 more seconds, and that was already enough to seize up the chocolate where it won't melt now. It's just these hard clumps. This is what not to do, very gently. So maybe do 20 seconds and then 10-second increments, stirring it all the way. This guy has to go in the trash. There's no way to save this. You have to start over. So this chocolate cooks for 20 seconds, stirred it, cooks 10 seconds, stirred it, another 10 seconds, stirred it, and it's already done. This is a little bit less white because this is a fancy white chocolate than my other one. But, you know, when you ruin the first batch, you just got to be okay with what you have left. I only have 9 here because we don't have a big party here. We're just really just chilling out, hanging out. And Nutterbutters are already quite high in points. So I'm just dipping half of it, actually a quarter of it. So the top half and only the front, just because I don't want to add a ton of extra calories with the white chocolate. And I'll weigh my chocolate at the end to let you know how much I used for these 9 Nutterbutters. I've started out with 4 ounces. I'm just using the bowl to kind of scrape around the sides to clean it up. If you're making a ton of these, you'll have to eventually clean off your rim, because if you keep smearing it into the same area, it's gonna get really messy. So I'm just gonna clean it off so the next one I can clean easily. And then tip to you, don't use big sleeves. And I've just lined it with a parchment paper. See, that's what it looks like after I smush him. But I want a nice clean rounded top, because I think the part selling that it's a ghost is having that nice rounded top and the kind of messy bottom with those little eyes. So I want to just scrape off some because I don't want a giant amount of white chocolate. Then use the bowl to clean up that top edge so it looks more ghosty. I'm gonna let these set in the fridge for about 20 minutes, honestly, because I need to go eat something. And then I'll put some little eyeballs on it. Okay, y'all, we're keeping it easy for the faces. We're gonna use these on a few different of our foods. It is a black food coloring marker. There are many, many brands. This is a Maricolor. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, a Wilton from Walmart, and here is a Cake Craft from Michael's. It doesn't matter what brand you use, just get a good black one or whatever fun colors. You can give your ghost blue eyes, whatever makes you happy. So fun fact, chocolate doesn't like to be written on. You normally need like a special chocolate marker. However, if you're just patient and really just kind of push it in, let that dye settle on top, it'll get there. But you can use chocolate if you want to melt chocolate and make little faces. You can. My dog is really upset about it. There we go. Ooh. So I'm going to go off camera and give you all these little guys' faces and put them to the side. You can do these a couple days in advance. No need to do this on your stressed out day of the party. Okay guys, I found a winning pin. This Wilton brand actually is doing a great job. Kind of a little system here now that we've gotten a few done. So I'm gonna make my eyes. I'm gonna do a dot up top, pressing firmly and being patient. If you wanna round it out, you can come back and finish the hole in on the bottom. And do the same to the mouth, but go side to side with it. Dot, dot. That is the easiest way. So if you can find this Wilton pen, that's the one I'd recommend. If your marker starts picking up the chocolate as you press in, this is a sign your chocolate is getting a little bit warm. And so I'm gonna pop these 2 guys back in the fridge just to get them hard and ready for my pen again. It will only take about 5 minutes. On to our next treat. This one's gonna take some time. We are gonna take these potatoes and turn them into a graveyard smash. Meh, meh. Little monster mash, anybody? No? All right. That's cool. I'm gonna stab these clean and dried potatoes with a fork. Oh, knock out my salt as well. Good thing I've been going to the gym. These potatoes are feisty. I have my oven set to 400 degrees. These are gonna cook between 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on how stubborn they are. But you're gonna wanna let them cool and then rebake them later. So give yourself a few hours before your party for this process. But a lot of this, they can be baked the day before. So if you wanna do that and then turn them into potato skins the next day, feel free to do that. We're gonna make these little potato skins look like little graveyard tombstones? Tombstones? You know what I mean. I'm just spraying them with some olive oil and then a little bit of sea salt. My favorite is when you use bacon grease, but who has the time for that? We don't have the time today. But when you're doing it for yourself later, smear some bacon grease on the outside. It's delicious. All right, in for 45 minutes. Now that my potatoes have baked for 45 minutes, I'm going to hold them out, but still leaving a good amount of potato in there because I do want these to be able to stand up, so they need some strength and stability. Once all of these have been hulled out, I'm going to cut them in half. So now each potato becomes a fourth. As I'm cutting these, I'm putting them with the white side down because I'm going to bake these for another 7 minutes. So I'm getting all of them down so that way I can spray them and bake them and then flip them and do it again. And then my white sides will be up after I flip them so that I don't have to touch them again. I can go ahead and add my cheese and my bacon to them without flipping for a third time. I'm also going to add some sour cream to a bowl and add green food coloring. This is going to be my base to where it's going to help them stick up straight up. You don't have to color it green if you don't want, or you can color it black or whatever you'd like to do. I just thought it'd be a little more graveyardy with some green grass. So just put this on whatever you're serving them off of. You could do a cake tray or a platter. I'm just using a plate. I'm going to set that to the side while I finish up my potatoes. Now that they've cooked for 7 minutes, flipped them, cooked another 7 minutes, now I'm adding the cheese and bacon, and I'm only going to cook them for a few minutes until the cheese is melted. I think it took about 3 or 4 minutes. When they are cool enough to touch, you're going to go ahead and plop them onto your sour cream, keeping that back like the tombstone. You can write RIP if you'd like, but mine were pretty oily, so the pen didn't really stick very well. I added a little bit of the chive and bacon to the plate. These are delicious. This is a dessert that comes together super quickly. You're going to need some sugar-free Jell-O pudding. You can make your own or buy the store-bought, already made like I did, and get yourself some cute little canisters. I found these at Michael's. They're like little cauldrons, and I put the pudding down in the cauldron and then smashed 5 Oreos for my 3 pudding cups. Taking the insides out so that you don't have that creamy filling in there. So get the thin ones if you can find them. That way you're not counting points for the stuffing that you're not eating. Smash these up pretty good. And then shove one of those worms in the cauldron, because it can't be a dirt cake without a worm, especially if it's graveyard dirt. And then top it with your Oreos. So simple. Make these the day before if you'd like to, and keep them in the fridge. Let's take a look at some of our goodies. If you didn't see it made today, that means that will be made on Saturday. Those cool scientist little containers are just filled with sugar-free Powerade, just for something for the kids to have in a fun, interesting way. Here are our dirt little cakes. Those are mozzarella sticks that are really good, so definitely come back Saturday. Always add some oranges, a little pop of healthy, but also orange on the table. Yes, you have more to come. Oh my gosh, little mummy dogs are so adorable. These drinks will be made in some shorts for you. Don't worry. Look at the 3 layers of that candy corn drink. Our fancy deviled eggs. And our tombstone potato skins. I hope you had a great time on this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if we are not friends yet. And don't forget to come back on Saturday for part 2. Bye. If you've made it this far in the video, I want to let you know the real magic trick is that I can fit into this shirt now. Yeah. It's pretty exciting.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.